And we're live. Hello and welcome back to another action-packed installment of Broussard Homestead. So far we have Canadian Mind and Body Co. and Built on the Rock Homestead saying hello in the chat. Hi guys. Hello and welcome. Built on the Rock Homestead. Kiri says 100 degrees here. And thanks to the dog thinking my window AC is a new chew toy, no AC.
No.
Oh my goodness. Michigan Daffodil, the Tinkerer's wife. Hello, and welcome, guys. We didn't go live last week. We just decided to, at the last minute, we kind of just decided to spend some time together because it was kind of a hectic week. And so sorry. Sorry we missed you guys last week.
We needed it. We needed to recoup. Hey, Miss Patty. I can't believe the dog thinking it's a chew toy.
Grammy Karen, hello and welcome. I'm still having trouble with my eyes. I made an appointment for the 28th.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 weeks away, but it is what it is. So as soon as I can get Lynn, it's been so long. Welcome. That's the soonest I can see the doctor that I want to see. So
Yeah.
I need to know if my contact prescription is just wrong or if I have something serious that needs to be looked at.
I think a lot of it is the contact prescription. I think them putting you in those multifocal lenses made things worse.
I think so too, but we'll see what the doctor says.
Yeah.
Barb is here. Hello, Barb and Percy, I'm sure. Speaking of Barb and Percy,
we got to go.
Finally, we got to go visit. I'm going to show you. Okay, I think we're back.
Are we?
On my phone. I hotspotted.
And it connected back?
Can you guys see us? Let me know. Back. You're back. Okay, cool. Our internet just decided to give out. So I'm hotspotting off of my phone now. And it's not the strongest signal, but we are here. So they're alive. I mean, we're going to see how it goes. I don't have the strongest signal on my phone, but it's what we're working with right now. So,
Well,
hey, there's Joe. Thought a UFO crash. Yeah, that's something that's in the news lately. I don't know what to think of that.
that's a hey, look over here. Don't look over
That's
there.
my first reaction. My gut reaction is when the government decides to all of a sudden start paying attention to UFOs after all these decades.
Mm-hmm.
They're more than likely using it as a distraction. And of course, we know that the Biden family is being exposed right now, so more than likely. Wyatt and Raylan said hello. Hi, Wyatt and Ray Ray. Nunya, Texas is here. Good to see you. Smoke and mirrors. I agree. Hey, over the weekend, during the week, Canadian, I thought to tell you, people from Canada are pretty cool, but your bacon is terrible. Just saying. Actually, I'm kidding. I like Canadian bacon.
That was so bad. That was terribly bad.
Terribly bad. Who knows? They may decide to cut us all off from the internet. Who knows? I mean, things are being exposed right now. So it would not surprise me. I'll put it that way. Our bacon is awesome.
And we haven't had internet problems all day at all. And all of a sudden, when we go
when it's hot like this, Amy and I just we like to play Minecraft together. That's what we do.
Well, because it's so hot during the day. Now I cooked lunch and did a few other things. It
for us
wasn't
to
just
play
that.
together. She's on her computer and I'm on my Xbox, so we use the internet to do so, and we didn't have any issues all day long. Broussard Homestead.
I need your computer because I have no chat.
And Nanny Joyce. Oh, that's right. Nanny Joyce, hello. Thanks for the prayers. I'm hanging in. Do not have diabetes, thankfully.
You do have
peripheral neuropathy.
Yikes.
Definitely prayers for you for that.
Yeah, that's rough. I have neuropathy in my feet, and let me tell you, it's rough.
My back pain and stuff has improved lately because I started taking one Aleve every evening right before bed. And I think I'm getting the rest that I wasn't getting before. So that has improved my situation quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In today's Canada, oh, I'm not reading that.
Wow.
Huh. No, thank you. Oh yeah, so I'll see if I can do this without
I'm gonna try this again.
Messing up the stream because of our weak signal, but I'm gonna give this a shot. We got to go visit Barb and Percy.
That's what it was. You tried to put up that picture, and the internet said,
And the internet said nope. So this was us at Barb and Percy's house in Barb's garden, which
I
one
took
of her
more
gardens.
than one picture.
Did you?
Yeah, I took one more.
I didn't know.
It's not of us. It's of her garden beds. It was just for.
She's got garden beds in the front yard and the backyard, and this
Y'all,
was
her gardens are incredible.
The front is where all the flowers and stuff were, but at that time we were leaving for the evening, and the sun was just brutal in the front yard at that point. So we took a picture in the backyard. It was a really fun time, though.
I don't know. I like the backyard too.
Well, I do too. That's where most of the vegetables and stuff are. But anyway, good times.
I tell you what, though, some of our plants are struggling. The ones that I planted, that I planted seeds and stuff, they're struggling. The loofahs, the jalapeno peppers struggled for a little bit.
Yeah.
but I think they struggled with the cooler weather. But the plants that I got from Wanda, which are the peppers, they struggled a little bit in the cooler temperatures. But once it's gotten hot, they are doing wonderful.
The cucumbers that we got from Barb are crawling all over the
all of the plants that I got from Barb. I swear that woman has some kind of magic touch on those plants. There is not a single bug. There is nothing on those plants but beautiful leaves, healthy plants. And I have, wait, let me send you that.
Oh, Canadian, I'm sorry. Prayers for your family.
Dang it. Well, you know what? The doctors will tell you one thing, but the final decision comes from up above. It's that one.
Yeah.
That's mine.
I'm gonna go back over here and share it. Nope. I gotta think about what I'm doing here. How do I get back? There we go. Okay. Now, here.
It looks better on your computer than it does on my phone.
So now we gotta share it. I'm about as tech savvy as Miss Lippy
It was
tonight.
up there, right there in the middle.
Oh, thank you. It's a little baby watermelon.
That is the plant that came from. Well, there's two plants there actually, but that came from Barb and Percy. Look at it. It's freaking healthy. I've never grown a watermelon a day in my life.
In fact, she likes it so much that she's going to try it. This woman who has not eaten watermelon since watermelon made her sick as a child says, I think I'm going to try it.
I don't like watermelon flavorings in like Kool-Aids and things like that, candies, but that's artificial flavorings. So heck, I'm growing it, so I'm gonna at least try it. Dang it.
Oh man. So sorry. What else we got going on? I mean, the plants that are here and established are doing well. The ones that we tried to start from seed this year, not so much. In fact, well, the flowers that we got, the various flowers from Barb, the zinnias and marigolds,
they're doing fantastic.
They're doing okay.
That marigold's blooming. You know, mine
looks pitiful, the one, though, because of lack of water.
That made it. Out of like the 7 or 8 that I planted, one made it.
Michigan Daffodil's asking about the marigolds. I don't know what all you sent. We put in some marigolds.
I planted, I think 8 seed cups, but the rats got into everything.
The rats got into everything. We had to replant, so things got kind of mixed up.
One marigold out of that whole bunch that came up, and it's doing okay, but it's still struggling a little bit. It's the lack of water. Guys, we are so dry here as far as rainfall totals. Now, if they could live off of just the humidity, they would be all right because it is thick. But the marigold that's in the back it's not dying, but it's not really thriving either. Now, the one that I got from Barb, the couple that I got from Barb, I think there's 4. One of them's freaking blooming. It's only like this tall and it's got blooms on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not doing well. It's doing okay. It's a trooper. Put it that way.
Marigolds do help keep some of the stink bugs and stuff off of the other plants. I still have more seed. It's been so freaking hot and I'm struggling to keep up with the watering. So I haven't planted any more seeds. I may end up going ahead and just putting some of the seed directly in the soil and seeing if that works. The problem is we have the little doves that come and dig up the seeds that are in the garden beds, and we had to pull the netting up because the plants are so big that they're touching the netting. So
There we go.
the good thing is the rabbits aren't messing with them because I guess they're big enough. They're not really doing much.
I was at work the other day on Thursday, and early in the morning, Amy goes and feeds. She texted me,
I
and
knew you were going to talk about this.
so the way that an iPhone, the updated iPhone works now, is if you get more than one text message from the same person, then it stacks them, and you only see the most recent one in your notifications if you just glance. And when I glanced, I read, and I called him every cuss word I could think of.
Mhm.
That's what I read, and I'm like, who in the world got under her skin this morning? What happened? And so then I had to open it up, and then the text message right before that says, "We need to get rid of that rooster. I hit him with a bucket 3 times this morning, and he won't let up. Needless to say, the eggs will be there tomorrow."
Well, the eggs were in the far corner, and I was trying to go get the eggs, and he kept trying to spur me, and I knocked him with the bucket, thinking that would kind of back him off a little bit, and it didn't work. This is a metal bucket. It's pretty stout, And well, the last go round, the last time I smoked him with it. I hit him hard enough. I rolled him about 4 times across the coop because he kept coming back at me. And he got up and came back after me again, but I closed the door in his face. I was able to get to the door before he got to me.
Well, yesterday morning I went out to feed by myself, and normally this rooster, he'll go after her, but not me. It's some kind of a hierarchy that they believe in, I guess. I don't know, but
I don't know, but he was getting it.
So he normally doesn't go after me. Well, yesterday morning, I went to feed by myself. I did that for Amy before she got up, and I guess maybe it was the bucket, because he started bowing up to me and tried to come after me. So I was like, oh yeah. So I got low and I distracted him with the bucket. And I took the metal feed scoop and I freaking knocked the taste out of his mouth with it. And he came back like that, and he was trying to shake it off and stuff, and he stood up and he just stood there blinking.
Oh, but you know what? It didn't faze him, because this morning he came after me again.
He's gonna have to go.
Mm-hmm. Gardening with less water, yeah. Well, what I need to do is get some pine shavings, because that's what I normally do by this time of year. Is I already have it put down with the pine shavings and everything, but it's crazy. It is 105 heat index today.
That's what it was at the time. It
But
was
15-mile-an-hour winds.
That was like 4 or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
That I took that screenshot for the thumbnail.
Well, the high heat index for today was 108. This weekend is supposed to be 111. But
can you imagine? It was this hot after Hurricane Laura, when we had no AC.
When we had no AC.
Yeah, I was back and forth to the firehouse where we had the Generac, so I didn't feel it as bad as y'all did.
It sucked. I'm just here to tell you. It was not pleasant.
Time for freezer camp. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm going to enjoy that day. Normally, I don't like butchering our animals that we raise, by hand and things like that. But this one, I think I might enjoy.
I don't know. That's pretty morbid. I don't know that I'll enjoy it, but it'd be a sigh of relief. That's for sure.
I don't know. I'm going to enjoy every feather I pluck.
You watch those murder shows too.
Straight line wind. There's a lot of people like just to the north of us. I know Oklahoma, Arkansas, those areas. I think Tennessee, like the middle of the United States, is getting slammed with rain and stuff. And here we are begging for a shower. Like any drop of rain shower would be great right about now.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so uncomfortable.
The grass is starting to dry up and get crunchy.
Early in the morning, late in the evening is the only time we can really get outside
Mhm.
and it be bearable to do minimal gardening work.
Well, in the evening, I've been watering in the evening, and it's not super bad. Um, and I say in the evening, I usually go out about 6, 7 o'clock, and the sun doesn't go down until 8, 8:30. So the plants have plenty of time if I do get any water on the leaves to dry off pretty well before nighttime. But we haven't had any fungus issues. I don't think the water stays there long enough. I really don't. I think as fast as I'm putting it out there, the plants are just soaking it up. But there are little baby cucumbers and stuff on the plants, and I mean the plants seem to be doing okay. They don't seem to be struggling at all, except for the loofahs.
An update on the duck's nest. We went out there one day. It had been at least a month that she was sitting that nest, and went out there one day, or we could see it from the porch. Actually, the eggs were spread out all over the yard, so we went and checked. Something had gotten into them, and none of them were developed. So, sadly, all that work she put in was for naught.
Well, some of them were missing. I know some of them had development in them because I could see them.
Oh,
So whatever got in there ate those, which is ever so slightly gross. just, just saying.
kinda.
No, it's really gross.
I'm not seeing any chat. Are we disconnected again?
I hope not. The internet's still not up.
Yeah, no, we're still on my phone though. Hot spotted.
I'm gonna have to message the internet people.
Yeah, make sure they know about the outage. Northwest Oklahoma is in a drought. I don't know that we're in a declared drought, but we are in a drought.
Yep, they're aware of it.
Okay.
Currently investigating the cause and will update shortly.
Okay.
That
At
was
least
just now.
they're working on it. That's good. That's good. Good about that's what's good about dealing with a locally owned company. You actually call and like I have the owner's phone number, so gardening with less water from Azure Standard. The ideas are very cool. Should work. Some would work there. 3 ducklings hatched in the incubator last weekend. I have a duckling on a bunch of eggs. Poor hatch rate. Oh, that stinks.
Gardening with less water. See, we normally put mulch on the beds. That's what I was getting at.
Mulch and ground cover helps.
Well, I normally put a pretty thick layer of pine shavings because they're cheap at the feed store. They work really well. They don't normally fly away, but I haven't been able to put any because of the wind. You've got to put them on a day when there's no wind, and then you wet them down with the hose, and they just kind of pack in thick, like they just stick like glue. Every once in a while, you'll get a few little chips that fly, but for the most part, because our soil is a little further down than the tops of the beds, the wind doesn't normally catch them, and the plants kind of help to block the wind from it too. But I just haven't had the time to put it out there because it's been unusually windy.
We had
So it's hot and windy. So it's I don't know. It's like putting a fan in front of a heater and standing in front of it.
yeah.
It's gross.
When was it that we had all that rain? That was February, March, was it?
February.
Yeah. And
That's why I waited to put the peppers out, because it was cool
we were
and it
we
was
were talking
constantly
about it
raining.
then. We were thinking, oh, we're getting all of our rain for the year right now. Watch, it's going to be a drought in the summertime. Here we are, mid-June, scruffy transportation in Broussard, Louisiana. Hello, Adrian. Good to see you, buddy. Close to home tonight.
Put down thick grass clippings as a mulch, but that'll heat up the soil. And see, I'm trying not to heat up the soil any more than it
Oh
already
Lord,
is.
no, it don't need that.
The pine shavings seem to work, and they're what, $5-6 a bag, and it's a huge bag. I can usually
It's
do
a big, very compact brick of.
yeah.
So once you take it out of the bag, it's like
Usually
a cattail.
Probably about 4, maybe 5 bags would do the whole thing. The whole garden beds back there. It's just a matter of going to get it and being able to put it out.
Another
when it's cool enough to water and not windy.
Another thing that we're dealing with right now, the those cedar beds that we just loved when we built them, and everybody loved when we built them, are already. I saw a rabbit just jump crazy. Hello, Rebel Canners, welcome. Those cedar beds are already starting to break down. This is only the 4th season that we're growing in those. Foxit Outdoors, hello, Cliff, welcome.
Aside from the heat, yeah.
So, but to be fair, the problem was mine. And it was my fault, because when I built those, built them out of cedar fence boards, but on the inside, what I used for structural support was treated pine. And I didn't seal any of that stuff from the soil that we were putting in. So had we done
So the cedar is not rotting very quickly. It's the pine. So they're just coming apart.
Yeah. So they're starting to bust out. This
right
is going to be
now
the
I have
last
cinder
season.
blocks holding one side of it up.
This is going to be the last season that we're able to use those. They're going to have to come down. But all the soil is very rich and healthy, and we're going to use that soil throughout the other beds to top them off, probably. And it's not going to be a complete failure. Yeah, and we're developing the front into the new potager.
We will
we haven't been able to work too much in the potager garden because of the heat. Bad time to try to plant things. Very low success rate, I'm sure.
That's going to be a process. That's going to be a long and ongoing process.
Right.
But reusing that soil from the beds, a lot of it is going to go into the front yard for the potager garden, and so that's going to get us a good head start without spending a ton of money. Now we will end up putting more beds back in the back, idea. But we're just not going to do the cedar fence boards and stuff like that. We're going to go back with cinder blocks once it's affordable.
I find the cinder blocks to look quite industrial, less pretty, I guess. But with some effort and some decorations and stuff, you can. Barb proved that you can easily turn cinder block raised beds into something really pretty.
I'm going to tell you now, looking at Barb's beds, you don't look at the cinder blocks at all. Her beds were absolutely gorgeous, full of plants, full of flowers, full of life. I mean, there was, it was like heaven. It was really hot, but it was heaven.
I'm curious, Barb, if you're still in here, how is that beautyberry doing since you moved it into more shade? I'm curious about that. That's one thing of all the gardens and everything. There was one piece of advice I was able to give because she knew everything. And it was to the beautyberry that she had, which is also known as French mulberry, was in full sun. And I suggested that they move it to the shade.
Oh, I want to know how their Malabar spinach is doing too. Ours is starting to get roots, which tomorrow it is making a trip to Lake Charles to a friend of ours. Um, we have a little
Oh, yeah, you can see those
one of
roots.
the waitresses at the Chinese restaurants. We're trading plants.
We've made a friend, and she's a Chinese lady from the restaurant. Her name is Sunny, and she's into gardening and eating from the garden too. And she's got a plant. What is the
Chinese watercress.
Chinese? Well, okay, but she
called
calls it
water lettuce.
water spinach or water lettuce.
Yeah.
But it's watercress, and we're gonna give that a shot. We're gonna get some of that from her, and she'll get some Malabar spinach from us. So that's pretty cool.
I think it's neat that we're trading and learning different things.
Mr. Buddy's sister got hit by a tornado yesterday. Prayers. They're safe. Lost most everything. They're safe, but lost most everything but the house. Oh man. Well, that's. I mean, yeah, everything in consideration. That is a blessing that they're safe and that their house is safe. It's going to teach you some cuss words. No, probably not. Northern Girl Hobbies. Hello and welcome. Do we have?
berries?
We don't have goji berry.
I don't have goji berry. I would like to though.
Indoors.
That's one of the things I was really interested in, but I've never tasted them. So
I imagine they'd be really good. I mean,
I'm sure.
There's a channel on YouTube that I used to follow called Plant Abundance, and
oh, he's talking about Sonny teaching you some cuss words.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
And anyway,
that would be fun.
Dan at Plant Abundance is in
California.
I think it's Southern California. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's the same USDA growing zone 9. So I took a lot of inspiration from him and his food forest backyard garden, and goji berry is one of the things that he grows in there. So, but we haven't put it in yet. We haven't gotten any yet. I have seen them at Tractor Supply.
I did. I was seeing them for a little while, but it wasn't quite the right time of year. And I guess I should have just picked some up and put them in a pot. Because now that it's the time of year, they don't have them anymore.
I have dehydrated goji berries. I hear they can be invasive. Oh.
Well, that's okay, because I'm putting them in a food forest type.
Dan hasn't been. No, I saw that. I'm a little disappointed with the direction that he's taking his channel lately. But his older gardening videos are really good.
Now Howie's got a food forest, but he's up in Canada, so that's like completely opposite. Polar opposites.
Howie, that's food forest permaculture. He's up in Canada and has a food forest, so
full of knowledge.
That's also a YouTube channel.
Incredibly full of knowledge. I like getting in his live streams and just picking his brain about different. I'll ask random questions about plants, and like right off the top of his head, he can answer them. And I'm like, see, there's a lot of times with something like that, I have to just like hang on and go look it up, double check myself.
I'd like for them to go rampant like our raspberries and elderberry.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Do your thing. Here you go.
Well, I planted.
You need some more space? Do you
Roselle hibiscus, and out of 5 plants, 3 of them are doing well. So.
How is in a unique ecosystem, rainforest of Vancouver?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. I've had goji berries rooting in a jar of water for months. If your local store is selling something, plant. Well, Tractor Supply carries stuff all year round. So Well, I guess because we can plant here all year round. But
Well, and it's for the most part, that's probably true, but I've seen things that are just not the right season at the stores. And I just know that people are going to take that home, put it in the ground, and be disappointed.
mhm. Mid-July is when we start planting for the fall. From seed.
From seed, okay.
That's starting all your brassicas and things like that from seed because it's going to take a while for them to come up and be ready for transplant. Trying to figure out where to plant the goji berries. You can plant them in my yard.
Oh, honeysuckle. If you when I was a kid, I used to love taking the honeysuckle, take the little stem thing out, and down at the tip of it, there's just a little drop of nectar, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm. We have wild honeysuckle here.
Our elderberries are doing pretty good. Most of them. Some of them are just out in the sun, and it's just too hot and dry for them. But some of them are doing really well. The roots are staying cooler.
Well, the roots are shaded
plants
and
are
they're
healthier.
nearer to our septic line, our septic drain line. So that moisture seeps into the soil. So they're not staying as hot as the ones that are further away from it.
I got to visit with a friend of mine who had moved to Indiana. What did he say? 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Time flies. My goodness. So him and he and his family came down for a visit because his parents still live down the road. They came to stay with them. So while they were down here, they came to visit, and another friend of ours came over too, and we all just kind of hung out.
Called him old.
He knows. He knows he's old. I mean, he's 2 months older than me, so he's the oldest. But anyway, we had a good time talking about old memories and just kind of reminiscing about some things. Well, it's been 6 years now since we lost John, who was a mutual friend of all of ours. So we reminisced about John some, and but one thing I did notice though that's a little unfortunate is that especially since we started doing YouTube 5 years ago. 4 years ago is when we started really meeting people from YouTube. But anyway, most of the time, anybody who comes visits, they're interested in what we've got going on in the gardens, and they're interested in like what we've got going on in the kitchen and different stuff like that. Well, I brought my old friends outside, and they weren't interested in those things at all. And I was like, I was bummed.
Well, they're city people, though.
I mean, it's different. They're different. We kind of went different directions. We still have some things in common. I'm not saying that they're not my friends anymore or anything like that, but
get down. What is wrong with you? She goes weird all of a sudden.
I had some blackberries the other day after quitting smoking. They taste kind of spicy. What? And Pepsi tastes like cough syrup?
I don't think it's the lack of smoking. I think it's just you.
You freaking weirdo.
Well, Pepsi tastes like crap to begin with. So
Pepsi, it depends on what you're eating with Pepsi.
I don't like soda.
Yeah, I mean, it goes great with Taco Bell.
I don't drink
obviously
soda.
Because they have Pepsi products. You used to. Don't act all.
I never did like
Pepsi. better than
no,
soda.
but I never did like Pepsi. If I drank soda, it was either Dr. Pepper or root beer.
I was always a fan of Pepsi. I liked
didn't.
the flavor of Pepsi compared to Coke. I was one of the weirdos, I guess.
Coke tastes like crap too. I don't know. Those two to me have an aftertaste.
Well, I mean, now I prefer just plain water over anything.
You taste it right away. Oh, I'm super proud that he quit smoking, but
going on 6 weeks.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
I was going to ask.
Adjustment to your taste buds. They're like correcting themselves. I don't know.
They've been covered in tar for however long. Yeah, I know it would be good for me to quit, but last time I quit smoking, I had quit for 3 years and then I picked it up again. I know, shame on me. But when I quit, I immediately, like in 2 weeks, I gained 30 pounds.
You can't do that right now.
Oh God, no.
Mm.
Mm-mm. I'm losing a little bit, but with taking that a leave in the evenings, like I mentioned earlier, I started take. I've got chronic back pain, and I've had some
Old people disease.
minor back injuries, but I've been taking a leave, and it's going on. What is it, over a week now? I take one in the evening just to sleep good, and then I go all day without taking anything else, and it's really been improving my quality of life. You don't realize how broken something is until you start to work on it and fix it, and just having chronic pain just steals so much joy.
Oh, I smoke more than I should, but if I quit, then someone in this house probably won't survive it. So I don't know when's the last time I had soda.
I read that wrong. I thought you said 2 pops in the mouth. Exercise and good diet is key. Massages, yeah, that's man. When I was
See, you
was
read
doing-
past the part you don't want to do.
I was that's wine, y'all. No, I'm kidding. When I was doing rehab for my for a back injury, I was getting regular massages and doing exercises at the rehab facility, and it helped a lot. But I didn't feel as good then as I feel right now. Something loosened up, something let go.
I'm telling you though, you need to start stretching and start some light exercises to keep it that way.
Arnica, Montana. I have to look into
I've
that.
heard of it. I don't know if it will grow here, but that might be something that we can get in a capsule or something for you to take. I've been taking the ginger and
Cinnamon?
cinnamon. There you go. And then I take those at night, and then I take the apple cider vinegar tablets in the morning because I cannot
I
cannot make myself drink apple cider vinegar. It is that's gross.
Massage chair, yeah.
Mm-hmm. My mama did too. It was like $800. You ain't getting one.
A little chiropractics would probably do me good again too. Because oh Lord, it's been 13 years since I've been to the chiropractor. It's been a long time.
I know, but you haven't pulled your back since your hernia surgery.
This is true. After my hernia surgery, they tried to send me back to work 4 weeks after surgery. Well, I know I've told the story before, but there may be people here that haven't heard it. Well, I'm a firefighter. I'm a career firefighter. So anytime I'm out of work for more than 30 days, then I have to go through a physical evaluation where they do some balance exercises and they go, you walk up and down stairs and you pull it down again. Hey, Kate.
It's so good to see you.
And the last thing that they have you do is you're wearing a 20-pound vest and you got to get over a 5-foot wall. Well, everything went okay until the wall, and I wasn't able to get over it. And in the process, I stressed my back muscle.
Well, you stressed your back because you were trying to protect your belly.
So in the process, they tried to get me back to work fast. In the process, I hurt myself and I had to go to rehab for 8 weeks.
No, Brett's talking about after his hernia surgery,
Yeah, no,
and
that's a
how,
past thing, Kate.
and I just realized that he has not had a really bad tweak with his back since then, since after his hernia surgery.
I have pulled my back so bad in the past that like I have had to crawl across the kitchen, across the house to get around. It's been bad, real bad.
Defeat that wall again slowly. Yeah.
Well, I did. After 8 weeks of rehabilitation, I was able to get it done.
Yeah, but you need to start doing that rehab again on your own. You know the
I still do.
exercises.
Yeah, I still do some of the stretches sometimes. The exercises. There's one exercise I can do without a machine out of all of those. So I'm kind of stuck there.
You can walk.
I could walk. That's not an exercise for rehab, though. You have to do it slowly, build up them. Yeah, yeah. And in fact, now that my pain level has drastically decreased in my lower back, I'm
Mhm.
noticing how weak my legs are now from living with that pain for so long. Now, my hope 8 week paid vacation. Yeah. My hope is that I don't get to a point where my body starts to get accustomed to the Aleve and it doesn't work as much anymore.
Right.
But
Well,
I
and that's
do
why I'm
notice,
saying you need to exercise and loosen up and lose some weight and things like that. And then you probably won't need the Aleve so much.
I like that idea. Was that a message back from the internet? We're hotspotting off of my phone because our home Wi-Fi is out. It went out.
Their provider is out.
It went out 7 minutes after we started the stream tonight. Thankfully, it didn't completely shut down the stream. We were able to get it back open, the same stream back open by hotspotting off of my phone. So the signal may not be as strong as it normally is, but
the provider has an equipment failure, so they're working on
it. Their provider, okay.
Yeah, they're working on it.
They're giving us updates. That's cool. Again, the benefits of working with somebody who's local.
Well, and they've been
have a great night,
fantastic company to work with. We had some issues, and we were able to talk with them and figure out what exactly we needed and what exactly they could provide, and we compromised and met in the middle, and it has been fantastic. We only have a couple outages here and there. Like I said, it blinked the other night while I was watching TV after you had gone to bed. I don't think it was an equipment thing. I think it could have been the wind for all I know, but it went out and rebooted and came right back up. So
don't read that.
Suddenly my chat is not working. I'm going to restart and see if that works. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Oh, it's back.
Abby is 3 days away from finishing up her phlebotomy course, and then she'll start clinicals, and then she'll be a phlebotomist. Yeah. She'll be phlebotomizing people left and right.
Yeah. They don't have class on Friday. Monday is
Juneteenth.
Right. So they're out of
it's a holiday,
they're out of class, and she's off of work.
Right. So tomorrow she's off work too. Yeah. So we're gonna get together. We're gonna have her come with us. We'll go to the Chinese restaurant, exchange some plants. And we're gonna have that with us to go wherever we decide to go. We might have to bring ice in the cooler.
Oh yeah.
We can do that.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Little Frenchie, hello. Good to see you.
Abby's got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday left of class.
That's a whole day with Abby. She's been stressing lately. Poor baby. She's She started this phlebotomy course May 1st and didn't graduate high school until May 15th. So she had to take a day off of school to go to Baton Rouge for her graduation, her high school graduation, right? She's balancing all this plus 2 jobs at the moment to pay her bills until she gets the phlebotomy course finished so she can go into that field. And it's just she's getting stressed. And I told her this morning, I said, darling, I said, I know you're not accustomed to running any kind of race. I said, really and truly, I'm not either. I've done one 5K in my life, and I wasn't doing it to win. I was doing it to prove to myself that I could finish. And I said, you finish strong and then you rest.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself something to be proud of.
And she's getting
and she cried it out a little bit this morning, cried out some stress, but I know she went straight to class afterwards.
Well, she went to class, and then from class she went straight on to work, and she won't get off work until about 8 o'clock tonight. So
Northern Girl Hobbies, have a great night. It's so good to see you. I love it when people who I've met through North Shore Preparedness join us and visit, because it always reminds me of what a good person Sean was. I was thinking about him the other day.
I think she is trying to carry too heavy of a load, and it's catching up to her. She's looking at her different options, and she may have to put some things off, and juggle some things around, but
Well, I think we all miss Sean.
Oh, Sean is definitely missed. There's still so many times that I think of something like off the wall funny or whatever that and I go to text him and then think about it. No. I miss seeing his goofiness in our live streams.
Well, in honor of Sean, Northern Girl Hobbies, stay well and safe. I respect Abby so much. She thinks things through and then charges it. Absolutely.
Pasta.
Yeah. David and
Danny,
my godfather Danny.
There too many losses.
My good friend John, my dad. I mean, I could go on and on and on. There's so many people that I miss.
But Abby's been like charging through, and these 8 weeks have been a lot. It's been a lot, and I don't know how she's doing it. She barely sleeps, and money has been tight for her. So she's been juggling all of that, trying to make sure that she's got enough hours to cover her bills and things like that. And so I took the time today and made a big rice and gravy. It fed us for lunch and for supper, and I was able to put up I think 4 meals for Abby to bring with her to back and forth to work. That gives her lunches and things like that. So I bet you are, Kate. I bet. Yeah. Prayers for you. That's a lot to take on. Yeah. I don't know what time it is because my clock over there is messed up.
It's 8, almost 8.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah. I forgot. We're hotspotting off of my phone, so I can't use it right now, Canadian.
He's gonna mess up the stream. And our internet is like dead.
It's
What
gone.
are we gonna do tonight? That means no TV, no nothing.
Oh, bull crap. We're going to find something.
You gonna hotspot everything in the house? I'm gonna have to manually turn off all the lights tonight.
Poor thing.
I
What
know.
will we ever do? Uh-oh. We got an Etsy. Oh, I can't look at it right now.
I can.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
there you go. That's Henry. Henry made an order.
The solar squitter. Skeeter zapper.
What do we get?
Spices.
All right.
Is that Henry?
Yeah.
Where you see Henry?
Is-
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. Henry got one of the dockside. By the way, if you're unfamiliar, we have
He
these.
might not want everybody to know what he ordered.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. If you're unfamiliar, we do have our own seasoning blends that we make. We've got Beausoleil, which is an all-purpose Cajun seasoning.
You
We've
had it
got-
backwards.
I showed it that way first, and
okay.
then we tweaked. We took this recipe and tweaked it a little bit to tailor it to seafood. We call that Beausoleil dockside. Yeah, I was able to see it before I destroyed the stream.
Well, now you can look at it for a little bit longer and it won't destroy everything.
And then we've got a couple more, and yes, they are on Etsy. Thank you, Mind and Body Co. We have
You mean
taco,
real Cajun flavor?
which is a taco flavoring with a Cajun twist
Taco seasoning,
seasoning. Sorry,
not flavoring.
and then we have a fajita seasoning
Oh, awesome.
with a Cajun twist called Amigo. And these are all available, various sizes too. This is all available on Etsy, on our Etsy shop. Mind and Body Co. Just put the link in the chat.
Kate, I have some more turmeric that's coming up now, so it's growing really well. And I got some ginger starts, but they don't look to be doing very good. I may have to get some more, but I'm hoping to start with the ginger as well.
Did you take out the heat for fish?
No.
We actually added a little. That's another Etsy transaction. Is it?
Yeah. Don't touch your phone.
Don't touch the phone.
That's another.
That's
another
Henry
one
again.
for Henry.
Okay, cool. We'll ship them all together.
Cool deal.
Cool. Thank you for that, Henry.
Did you take the heat out for the
No.
fish? No,
Our seasoning-
The fish is actually spicier.
The
I was going to send you
Beausoleil,
some in Michigan, but I'm afraid.
the Beausoleil all-purpose seasoning and the dockside are lower salt than the ones that are on the store shelves. So if you sprinkle it on until it's salty enough, then yeah, it's going to be extra spicy. If you want more salt, you can add salt.
I wouldn't call them hot peppers, but every year we grow cayenne and jalapeno because that's what we use
That's
in
as
our
hot
seasonings.
that's as hot as we go.
I
We
do
don't-
have a ghost pepper plant
Do you?
that Barb and Percy gave me, and
I have sensitive undercarriage. I don't
easy
play.
on how you say that.
I don't play on the back end.
Okay, I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah. I don't mind so much heat when I'm eating it. It's the next day stuff that I just don't care for.
I have to take a mood. That's gonna account for some inappropriate.
One of the Beausoleil, so that you can just put it. Yeah, we got you. We got you, bro. Use some of the homegrown cayenne tonight on some pork tenderloin. How is it? I love that homegrown cayenne. It's got so much flavor. So often we get spices from the store, and it's just heat, not so much flavor. It's already hot. I mean, it's Cajun, so it's a Cajun spice. The revolving door syndrome. I feel like I should know what that means. I'm I'm having a moment. I don't understand what that means. If the heat bothers you, dry your peppers and turn them into powder. Just a little to your food, less. Oh man, it's really good that you can actually put a whole lot on it, and it's not even spicy, not even hot spicy or anything like that. Oh, cool. Yeah, I really like the flavor that's in the cayenne. Goes, oh yeah, okay, yeah, something like that. Well, Amy's not out there with the BB gun after rabbits tonight. So I did take a shot at a bobcat since we spoke last, and I'm not certain that I hit it because it was at night. Amy had the spotlight and I had the 22, and after I took the shot, it ran off. So if I did hit it, it was probably a gut shot, and it might be off in the field somewhere. But whatever the case, I haven't seen it again. Northern Lights seasoning. I like that. I like that a lot. I like the name. I really like that. I joked with Amy and I told her that we would take one of these shakers and just leave it empty and call it Yankee seasoning and send it to you as a joke. What breed of chicken laid those eggs I got from you? I love their coloring black and copper. That should be the black copper Moran, and that's the rooster. We have two roosters. That's probably why the one is so aggressive. We have one that's got to get going because he has come after me. He has come after Amy too many times. Now he's starting to come after me. So he might get some Beausoleil in the pot. Send them seasonal like you do mine. Yeah, Kate has an allergy to capsaicin, so she can't have any kind of peppers. No cayenne, no jalapeno, not even bell pepper. No peppers. White pepper and black pepper are not peppers, so those are things that Kate can have. And we've kind of tossed around making a capsaicin free seasoning, mainly for Kate, but I know that some other people probably suffer from that type of allergy. So that type of spice blend would include salt, white pepper, black pepper, and herbs. We just we have some research to do before we come out with something like that. I'll be your taste tester. Add Northern Lights to the current names of Beausoleil, including. I like the Northern Lights. I like that because that goes along with it. Um, it goes along with the sunshine theme. Definitely have to keep that in mind. Now you got my mind working. I can't even speak. Oh man. We still have no internet. We're working off of my phone, so taco seasoning is still good. Is good. Still need to cook with the fajita seasoning. The fajita seasoning has some sweet to it. I like I like all of them on different things, of course. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. I don't know if you know what, yeah, you can see her just barely, I think. This is Lily. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, Lily. Camera shy? Yeah, now he's got another project. There's some other things that we have in the works too. Some other things that have some ideas that are at this point are only ideas, but we want to add and kind of round out our seasoning blend groupings. That's not good. I don't have my brain ain't work. I can't word.
Now he's gonna have another project to work on.
Rescued a Yorkie from a mud puddle.
Oh. Yorkies are cute little dogs, but those require grooming and all that kinds of stuff, though, huh?
You could put it northern. Oh, I just saw that.
I'm trying some different ideas with different herbs and things like that to try to make a capsaicin free seasoning, but I want to get it right. I don't want to just throw something together and call it good. I want it to be good. I want it to taste good. So still haven't perfected that yet. That's going to take some tweaking. And Yorkie habit, I hate. Oh
no.
So apparently it's not house trained.
Our herbs.
That's going to take a little while of staying on it, The
herbs that we're growing are doing pretty well.
They are. The thyme is beautiful out there.
Thyme is weird. It always looks dry.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. It's healthy, but it looks to me like it needs water.
Walking once an hour. Yeah. And that's rough. But they'll definitely keep you moving. Chloe is just Chloe. She pretty much stays on the couch most of the day.
WD-40 on the time?
Because it looks dry.
Shine it up.
I will. Poor baby. She's slowing way down. She gets up probably about 3 times a day to go outside, and that's about it. You said the time looks dry. Thought oiling it might help. I need to harvest them before it gets too summerish out there.
I think we're past that point.
Well, but I need to harvest them and do some infused oils and dry some of it and stuff like that, so that we can keep some of it, because this is the first year that the thyme has done very well. My sage plants are doing well. The oregano looks good. The peppermint looks good. Even the bay tree is looking good now that we've moved it.
Yeah.
We moved it into a bucket, a big lick tub bucket, and it's doing really well. The basil, oh my goodness, I got a little cutting from Cheyenne, and it struggled. It struggled and struggled and struggled, and then all of a sudden, it like got its little oomph, and that was it.
Didn't you have some basil in here at one point?
I did, but it's outside in the garden now.
Okay.
I planted
That's
it.
the holy
and
basil.
and it
Thai
went
basil.
through a little bit of transplant shock, but it is perked way back up, and it is getting going. It loves this heat.
Yeah, basil. I think basil is the only herb, I think, that it just doesn't follow the rules. It does what it wants. Because most herbs,
Like
you
more
gotta,
shade.
you gotta be tender and it's gotta be cool enough. And basil's like, F it, I'm going.
Now I have some lemon balm that I got from Barb and Percy in the cup right there on the counter.
We have had peppermint, Cliff. We have had peppermint in a container. When we say lick tub, it's a cattle lick tub. Probably, I don't know, what is it? Probably a 10-gallon container. It's what mineral licks come in for cattle. We get them from cattle farmers, usually for free. Hey, Courtney, good to see you. And it's been in that container for at least 5 years, probably closer, probably 7.
We planted that when we got here.
When we first got here, so 8 years.
Yeah.
And it's just
it struggled the first year.
It's under a drip edge from a roof, and like in the morning, it's also on the west side, so it's in the morning shade. The dew drips off, and it gives it just enough, and it's healthy. I don't think we've ever fertilized it. Every once in a while, we'll take the whole thing because it's shallow rooted. We'll take the whole patty kind of. We'll take the whole thing out, put some more dirt or soil underneath, and plop it back in, and it's been doing great.
Well, I did dump some rabbit manure in it.
Okay.
Before it started up this spring, but nothing like drastic.
So, in fact, the peppermint was doing so well like that. We started the same thing with oregano, which grows very similar to the mint. I think it might be in the mint family actually, and the oregano is doing just the same, just as well. If it wasn't in a container, I was going to warn you that it will take over just like ivy. My grandma's, at my grandma's house, she had a little in-ground garden that she put some peppermint in at one point, and I loved mowing right there because it always smelled like peppermint. It was great. It's just, it would overflow the bed, we'd chop it down, smell great, no harm, no foul.
It might because of your heat. It doesn't. The peppermint doesn't normally struggle in the heat where it's at because it does get morning, a little bit of morning shade, and then it gets shade in the afternoon from the house on the other side. So
I think it's very acclimated.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, it's been there for 7-8 years, however long. So it's now in late summer, it'll start to bloom and kind of start looking spindly and whatnot, and but
we just let it go.
It never dies. It hasn't yet, at least.
Well, it dies back in the wintertime.
It dies back, but it doesn't die completely.
Right. Now I did move some of it underneath the porch, the back porch, and it did okay. But then I weeded it because I forgot it was there.
Well, Cliff, I'm probably not like most people. If I had mint all over my yard, it would not hurt my feelings. I'm not a big fan of like a pristine lawn that's all one species. I don't care about that.
Honestly, if it would grow all over my yard, I wouldn't care.
What was it? Monday I got out as early as I possibly could. I started mowing even before all of the dew was
green is
lifted.
Green, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not the norm, I guess, but that's where I stand. So I got out and started mowing before all of the dew had even lifted, and I
It took
mowed.
you all day.
I mowed as much as I could while it was reasonably cooler in the morning, and by that afternoon, I got out and finished mowing our 3+ acres all in one day. Took me probably 3-4 hours, and it was kind of miserable, but we got all that done. And was it this morning? Yesterday evening,
We got out and
I did the weed eating while she watered the gardens. So
Yeah.
early morning, late evening is what we're working with right now as far as times to be outside and not die of heat stroke.
Well, the plan is when we do the potager garden, some of the oregano, some of the mint, we're going to be putting in strawberries. We're going to be using those plants as ground covers and like more or less a living mulch. And if they spread outside of there, I'm not really concerned.
This year, when we weeded our gardens earlier in the season, we left a lot of the purslane. If you're unfamiliar with what purslane is, I think it's
almost
a
like a
succulent.
succulent.
It's like a succulent if it's not a succulent, but it's a weed. It's a weed. And we left a good bit of it because it's also edible. And by the time we decided we were going to go ahead and pull them out because it was choking out the peppers.
Yeah, well, the
I mean,
peppers were small, but
it was prolific.
yeah.
This stuff.
These things are getting like this big around. I mean,
I can't
they're
believe they try to sell that in hanging baskets. Yeah, they call it portulaca, which is half of the Latin name. And but yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Mhm.
It might have a different colored flower. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
the ones that come up native here, all you have to do here is till the dirt.
And if you break it when you're pulling it, if you break it, one leaf
Yeah.
will root again, just like a succulent.
Yeah. And the gardens are full of
So
it again, but
those
the
who,
rabbits love it.
Those who want to completely get rid of it, I feel for you. I would rather live with it. Purslane is a type of succulent. Okay, teardrop shaped leaves looks like exactly. Thank you for that.
Cactus,
That's
yeah.
exactly right. But it's on long stems. And look, when we pulled up that stuff, the stems were some of them were as thick as this pin or thicker.
Yeah, they were pretty
Very healthy plants.
pretty potent.
Oh, I've never heard it called moss roses. That's interesting. And the other thing that we had in there that we left, excuse me, was I forget, Joseph's coat, which is a type of amaranth. I don't know what to do with amaranth. I've heard of it. I want to say it's medicinal. I have some research to do, but we had left that until it was choking out the peppers, so we finally pulled that too. We also, it's the same beds, the cedar beds that we have, the same areas where we had grown sweet potatoes. So some of those were trying to come back. We had to get rid of that.
Yeah, the purslane is everywhere.
The amaranth is a grain, or
it's got to be because the purslane is not a grain.
Right. Oh, speaking of grains, that's another thing we had.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that other? It was some of the bird seed was growing. I forget what it was.
I don't know.
Millet.
Yeah. It's a grain.
Grind for flour. Interesting.
Huh.
See, that makes me think of something that I was thinking of throughout the 2 weeks since we've spoken. Amaranth is rich in antioxidants. Also, I mean, including gallic acid and vanillic acid. Cool. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. when people are prepping, or they want to raise a garden for homesteading. I had a good friend a few years ago who decided that they were going to grow everything. They were going to go without the grocery store for an entire year.
That's almost impossible, I think.
Well,
in my opinion,
depends. It depends on your mindset. You have to do some careful considerations, because when people say, "Well, what am I going to do? How am I going to get bread?" Well, you would have to grow your wheat and grind it, and yeast and all. Wouldn't it be better to just eat something different? Eat what's available. Learn your native plants, your
No,
wild plants
if
that
you
are
want to
edible.
live like we do, as if we're going to the grocery store, without going to the grocery store, then we're going to have an issue, because we can't grow our own wheat. We can, but we're not going to have the time to grow it, dry it, process it, grind it, all these other things. But you can make zucchini flour.
My point is, you have to change your mindset. Instead of thinking, well, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? It's what's available to eat tonight.
Right.
You may not want to eat that, but your butt better eat it.
I'm going to have to do back-to-back crops and expand a lot. Right. And I think we would have to do that too. Now, we have the growing season here for it. We can grow all year round, and consistently taking plants out, putting new plants in. The problem is you have to have the space and the availability of seed in order to continuously do that. Acorns ground makes great bread, and sourdough does great with acorn.
Yeah, see, and then Cliff,
yeah,
I agree with that. And then you have to have the time and the equipment to harvest that 5 acres and to process that into flour, and then to be able to store it and eat it before it goes sour or rancid or whatever. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Back in the day, bread was like a delicacy every once in a while.
Right. But see, acorns can be used to make acorn flour.
Country road cure.
Hello, they have to be soaked and all this other stuff to get the tannins out. I know that. But that tree that you're looking out the window,
take care, Canadian,
is already starting to make acorns.
Is it really?
I noticed it yesterday. I forgot to tell you.
I don't remember.
It's a sawtooth oak, but it makes millions of acorns. Millions and millions of acorns.
That's going to be a problem for mowing.
It will be. But if we're raking up the acorns, you can actually move rake the acorns up, pick them up, and put them out in the field for the deer. Or
I'd rather eat a deer than acorns.
But you could harvest some of them.
Yeah.
And make flour and things like that for them.
That tree, I'm trying to remember when we put it in.
Meat and vegetables, teas and seasoning. That's right.
Yeah. It's a sawtooth oak.
It's
I think
very
we put it in 2019.
Fast growing oak. I don't know. I'd have to look back on pictures
18
and stuff.
or 19.
But
I know it was there for the hurricane. And
Courtney, you say meat and vegetables, teas and seasonings. That's all I'm eating now. No, tonight we had rice. Tonight is the first time in 2 weeks that I've eaten rice. I ate rice at Barb and Percy's, and oh my God, it was so good. Oh,
I like corn tortillas.
But I don't have a problem eating meat and vegetables. We have a pond we can catch fish out of. Yeah, rice is very cheap, but when my blood sugar is too high, I'm trying to stay away from the rice. So I've been doing quinoa or something else instead if I want a grain. But I have been doing just meat and veggies, and sometimes during some days it's just veggies.
I mean, okay. Kate says rice isn't cheap there. Rice is a swampy area crop, so it's a big deal, of course, here in Southwest Louisiana. I mean, rice and gravy is everything for Cajuns. But I mean, we could do without it. It wouldn't be ideal, but we could do
Right.
without it. Milk, sugar, and cinnamon. Country Road Cure. What part of the country are you from, or what part of the world are you from, roughly?
I'm a huge fan of rice unless it's with milk, sugar, and cinnamon.
That's why I'm asking, because that's not the way we do it.
One skillet meals are great, and it's seasoning, and you cook everything in one pan. Huh?
Arkansas. Okay. All right. We have friends in southeast Arkansas around near Pine Bluff.
I live in Parcel Desert. No wonder it doesn't
And we-
grow so well here.
But born on the West Coast. Okay.
Everyone has a different way of thinking depending on what they are doing on their homestead, and if they're living completely off grid or on grid or in a tiny house. Exactly.
You're exactly right.
And
And
that's-
nobody's wrong.
Nobody homesteads the exact same way, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Nobody preps the same way.
Right.
Nobody homesteads
But
the same way.
I mean, what works for you might not work for me. But there might be something that I'm doing that you can tweak a little bit and use it in a better, advantage on your plate. And that's why I love watching all the homestead videos, because I learned so much. I learned today from Homesteading Family that you can make fermented mayo. I had no idea. So, definitely going to be trying that. Fermented ketchup. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, yeah.
So I'm not.
Learn to do things differently. Yeah.
I'd like to try that. I would love to
What,
try
rice
it.
pudding?
Well, it says white rice in a bowl, add milk, sugar, and cinnamon. Make it kind of like cereal. It's really good. And then Michigan Daffodil says rice pudding is made with milk, sugar, egg, and nutmeg. I've
heard of rice pudding, but I've never eaten it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely
And-
not opposed, or I don't think it's weird even. It's just that's totally out of the ordinary for me because I've only eaten rice with gravy.
Well,
or
a lot of
casserole,
different places
you know.
eat it like rice is like oatmeal. They eat like hot rice with it's almost kind of like oatmeal.
Right.
It's flavored like, my biggest problem is I've seen rice pudding in the stores, but like you get it in those little cups and stuff. It probably tastes like crap because it's processed
Mhm.
and in a container. That's like sauerkraut. I hate sauerkraut from the store, but to make it fresh, oh, it is so good. So I need to learn how to make if you're gonna try rice pudding or I'm gonna try rice pudding, we need to learn how to make it the right way, and make it homemade, basically. And try it the right way, because that's one thing I've learned. If it comes from the store in a can, it probably tastes like crap. It doesn't taste like it's supposed to.
How are we doing on beans? We have a good bit stashed away, but we don't have any growing at the moment. For us,
That stuff in the stores is not rice pudding. Try it at home. See, that's exactly my point.
for us this far south, Cliff, beans is more of an early to mid spring.
Nope.
Summer?
I can plant them now.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I know that one year we took store bought red beans and planted.
Certain beans will do really well now.
We did those. We put them in, I want to say in September. We harvested
It was December.
just after Christmas because we had COVID We ended up not doing a video on the harvesting because we were so sick.
It was before Christmas. Because it was before Danny died.
Just before Christmas. Anyway,
I saw some
so
beans
that
on
late
the
in the
front.
year.
Yard long beans. I had some seeds somewhere. I need to look and see. Wanda, I think, had given me some seeds to start. I need to try those because those do really well in the heat of the summer too, from what I understand. But certain beans do better in the heat. And like now the green beans and the dragon tongues and things like that, those if I'd wait till probably the end of August, early September, we would get a really good harvest off of those.
Now,
I don't have any more dragon tongue seeds though.
Purple holes do pretty good. We had done some of those one year just to kind of try. They have a top pick purple hole, so the beans actually stick up above the plant and they're easier to pick. And you get a lot of beans off of one plant. So, I mean, guaranteed you would still need a lot to last you a year.
I need new shoes.
Really want to do yard long.
I haven't found seed beans.
Where did we?
I got mine from Wanda.
I
got mine from Wanda.
Wanda Eunice or Wanda Deep Cell?
No, Wanda Eunice. Kate got some purple holes from my mom.
Oh, that's right. She did. Yeah. They stayed in our freezer for a few months, or quite a while, actually.
Yeah, it was a while, but it's okay.
Read about and watched videos regarding fasting. Most doctors agree that now that 3 meals a day is just too much. As hunter-gatherers, we used to feast big, then fast for days. Just something to consider. Right. Yep. Coming from the West Coast, Hispanics make what's called horchata. It's literally a rice milk drink. It's white rice, milk, cinnamon, and sugar filtered out and drink the liquid after mixing. I'd consider that. Yeah.
It sounds so weird. It's so different.
It's just because of the way that we've always eaten rice. It's hard. Like the first gut reaction is just, oh, that's terrible. I'm not doing that. So it's like, I want to try that.
Quit moving around so much though, because I did notice that the video is a little skitsy.
Oh.
Sweet cinnamon milk drink. See, I have to be careful though with milk because milk does not sit well with my stomach. Keep it open. Oh, I'm up to trying it. Yeah. My mind automatically goes to, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Some of it is because of the milk.
Now you're talking about steamed rice, right? Cooked rice.
Surely.
Or is there a different way of cooking it before? Because you're not going to eat uncooked rice.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, steamed rice.
Yeah. Okay. Kate said next time she comes for a visit, she's going to make you some rice pudding.
Okay.
That would be the right way to do it.
I'll try that too.
Yeah, Kate said yes, the rice is. If not, it would be like.
Well, I mean, I was thinking like puffed rice. I wouldn't know how to cook that. I don't know if that's even an option in a home kitchen. Like Rice Krispies. Yeah. Some people fry rice. I'm not familiar with how to do that.
Yeah, but that's
some Cajun seasoning. I don't know.
Okay, fried rice though is cooked rice that's been refrigerated overnight.
Some of it you toast it first. I've seen different stuff.
Really?
You toast the uncooked rice some kind of way, or I don't know.
See, I'm gonna have to ask Sunny because she knows a lot of the different Chinese recipes to do the different rices and mixes and salt. Oh man, I love Chinese food.
We're gonna need to say goodnight.
I know.
It's an hour and a half.
I know it.
Next week we will be live on Thursday night again.
Don't add Cajun seasoning to raw rice. That would be gross. I boil the rice, then fry it with veggies and some small pieces. Yeah. See? Now some people overnight they'll make rice and then put it in the refrigerator overnight and then use that rice the next day for fried rice because it kind of dries it out. It dries some of the moisture out of it a little bit.
So it's yeah.
Yeah.
We always use a rice cooker. I know how to do it on the stove. It's not something that I'm good at yet. So make it soupy.
Add milk, sugar, and cinnamon. That makes sense. So it's very similar to oatmeal.
Yeah.
Usually
like
use
oatmeal.
leftover
There you
rice, especially that I cook for one. Yeah.
We're gonna have to say goodnight, guys.
I like oatmeal though. I like hot oatmeal in the morning. I don't like grits though. Now, that one lady that made it at the gathering when we went. Oh, I don't like grits, but I like her grits.
Oh yeah.
She had some cheesy grits,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't gritty. A lot of people around here make them, and it's like chalky, gritty. I don't.
Okay.
Texture. It's a texture thing.
All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been great. So next week we're gonna be on Thursday. So until next week. Good
See
night
you next
and
Thursday,
God bless.
guys.